Oh, what's happening? What's happening? We live from the cabin. What's happening?
What's going on, people? Here we go. We're a little late and everything, you know what I'm saying? Because we were just out enjoying ourselves. You guys gonna see that in some of the footage that we put out there on our pages, on our multiple pages that we have. But again, to all our normal viewers, welcome to the cabin. Again, for 2000 and what year is it?
24, baby.
24. So thank you guys for tuning in. For those of you taking the time out to tune in, of course, we are all here in one place under one roof. Y'all already know me, Eminem. All right, we got my boy Kurt right here. Chap wasn't able to make it. You know what I'm saying? And we got my old school dude, which is the OG of the OG in the corner. You know what I'm saying? That's old Mark throwing up the deuces in the piece. And then we got P Money right here. And then we got our boy D Smooth David. So we sliding in real quick, man. Just letting y'all know, give y'all the synopsis of how our weekend been. We all got here on Friday. And it's just been refreshing to say the least. It's been eye-opening in reference to certain things that each of us have been dealing with in our individual lives. And we're just gonna go around real quick and let you guys know and share what we received thus far and the importance of being consistent in us as men, being in a safe environment with other men building you up, no judgment, and just walking, you through life spiritually, emotionally, and all those areas that we exist in as humans. All right, so real quick, folks, hey, what about you, Dave? What about you, P Money? And you, Kurt? What's the first thing that jumps out to you in reference to what's happened in your life personally since we got
here? What's up, my people? Yeah, y'all hear me? What's up, my people? What, is it a microphone or is it?
No, it's
over there. Okay, then. I know y'all can hear this voice. It travels. Yeah, it's been a blessing coming out here, fellowshipping and chilling and talking. What first thing come to mind for me was 8 out of 10. I know y'all don't know what that means, but just think of 8 out of 10. That's 80%, I think, if I'm doing the math right. That's 80%. That's passing. That's that's a B in some states, most states. It's acceptable and it's workable. If they willing to work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, give people grace and. You ain't gonna find the perfect 10. Don't be so hard and allow people to show that they are willing, capable, and excited about growing and being led where they're weak and you being led where you're weak. So yeah, I got some work to do.
Oh, you got some work to do. Oh, so what you mean by you got some work to do, my brother?
Yeah, I got to transition that train of thought, and understand and reorganize and understand that, what those priorities are for that significant other.
So one of the things that we talked about in reference to that, D, was we were saying how to prioritize and one question you asked was like, what are the deal breakers? And in that, I think we discovered what the main deal breaker should be. Value. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? P Money, what you got, baby? What you learn, man?
Man, it ain't more so learn, it's just embrace experience, man. a static that it's like sometimes you don't know what you need until you get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't even know I needed this or was missing this until I was in the environment of it. You know what I mean? Just being around positive brothers that, you know, no judgment zone where it is a safe space to be able to vent, to be transparent, to be vulnerable. I mean, that just means everything to me, man. So I everywhere I go, I try to be open and available to give out and more so open to receive whatever it is for me, man. I'm full, man. I've received a lot. I've heard a lot from these great brothers. I'm the youngest out the clique, out the group, but I'm
man, you ain't gotta say all that.
But I am.
That's significant right now.
It is significant because I'm younger than my family. Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
So like I'm just it's a privilege for me to soak up information and wisdom from those that are older than me. You know what I mean? So I can, you know, take from you guys' lives and apply it. Like it's 5 of us, but 3 of these guys are married, and 3 of these guys are, you know, striving to continue to be married. So it's like that's a blessing. You know what I mean? For black brothers to, you know, just be in the fight and just, you know what I mean, not giving up, man. It's encouraging, it's empowering, and it's integral. That's a word.
Integral.
Is that a word? Like
I know what you saying, but I don't know.
Able to be a man. Yes, sir. They're creating another word. Integral. That's how I like it. Men of integrity. Y'all know what it means.
yeah, when men speak, it's, you know, when men it's integral to, you know.
So all right, so this is your first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as far as your experience in being in this environment, you know, what is it? How do you explain the environment, the conversation, the bond that's being created? How do you explain just your experience?
I can't.
Before you answer that though, P Money. So P have watched the series online through the podcast. He watched it on Facebook or whatnot, virtually. So based on what you saw online virtually, and then being present now, like, was there expectation? Or if there was, kind of give me, you know, some takeaways from seeing it and then now here being a part of it.
Well, I always feel like experience is the best teacher, so you can hear something or even experience it from a certain view, but to experience it on a one-on-one level, experiencing you guys, like I didn't even know. I met bro months ago, but I didn't know we was from the same place, and then like seeing you guys' transparency months ago is like I don't really expect too much from people because I don't like to be let down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't really expect a whole lot from nobody, but my expectation is in myself and in life is optimism. Mm-hmm. So I'm always expecting the best, hoping for the best, looking for the best in everybody. So it's like, but even with looking for the best, I'm still open to just whatever. So you guys were yourself. Like you got the same way y'all transparent on the podcast, y'all saying in real life, and I love that because that's me. You know what I mean? What you see is what you get, and maybe a little too much for you, what you see and get.
Right.
That's me.
Right.
You got it up.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's give one big takeaway from some of the conversation that we had that stuck with you the most and that impacted you.
I can't even like give one thing that I just took. I can't. It's so much. I can't give one thing. But what I can say is this has gave me hope for the future of like relationship with myself. Yeah, potential. I won't say marriage in the sense of the way the government look at marriage, but definitely potential like relationship, like just being open to it. Like there is hope. Like there's people that's really, you know what I mean? Like it's obtainable, it's reachable, and that's that message ain't out there a lot in our culture. You know what I mean? A lot of people, especially I'm young, like people give up, and I'm one of them people. I don't shoot. Like, if it ain't working, I don't mind giving up. I don't mind kicking to the curb. It's like who's really fighting?
Right.
If it's worth fighting for. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it's like my takeaway is just it's something for me like to see men that's older than me that's walked through things I'm walking through and still walking through it and still been able to be and still become and go through the process of the man that they was created to be. It just gives me hope that like I don't have to do this by myself. You know
Right,
what I mean? Right. I'm kind of cool with that. Like I've grown to be a person where I'm not codependent. I don't necessarily need anything from anybody. But at the same time, I'm realizing anybody on earth, if you can get to where you're trying to go by yourself, your dreams ain't big enough. You ain't dreaming big enough if you can get there by yourself. So I need community. I need
big word.
Community. I need community. I need to be vulnerable in community, to be transparent in community, to be in community, to be able to see. But shoot, man, these guys, like y'all from a different generation. That all these women ain't sexy red out here, and Cardi B, and you know what I mean, Megan Thee Stallion. You know, you got some ones that really willing to hold themselves accountable and not deflect, not project, not do a lot of the things that turns me off from relationship and commitment and all that. Because, there's certain stuff I ain't going to just for, certain stuff I ain't going for.
Right.
What
I'm thinking about is when you talk about people being married and you being single, but we also have single individuals that's among us. So you kind of seeing it from the single aspect in his life as well as when we were single, and then also, you know what I'm saying, from the aspect of where people are now within their marriage.
And I've been married, in divorce.
Right,
so
right.
I was one and done. After you get divorced, divorce is like ripping yourself in half.
Right.
And trying to figure out how to live as a reinvent yourself because you have become one with a whole other person that you're no longer one with.
Right.
So, like, you feel me? Like
so basically, learning to grieve a loss with someone that hasn't passed on to the side.
Learning to grieve and live again.
Yeah.
And reinvent yourself in the process.
Reinvent yourself. Yeah.
Because who you were with that person, you can't be. You feel me?
All right, OG, what you got over there? Come on, let's talk to us real quick. What talk to us about?
Well, and what I was thinking about, I think the biggest thing I learned here is, and it's something that we talk about, seems like every time I come out, is, dealing with condemnation. And that's something that, it's like a mountain I'm trying to climb that it's hard for me to get over. But just talking to the guys, something Chancey just told me a little bit earlier today, and it kind of rang a bell. He said, look, we need to be transparent. We need to be open, and condemnation has probably got something to do with something you're holding inside that you're not releasing, and, I'm thinking that, maybe, and then Marquis hit on it too, you know, maybe it's got something to do with my childhood, you know, that I'm not dealing with, you know. But you know, if you're gonna be complete in God, you got to be willing to put in the work and to go to those places, you know, if you want to be complete. And that's something that I know I need to work on as far as digging deep, you know, trying to, you know, be more transparent about the things that bother me, the things that I know that I'm not right with and that I need correction on. You know, I need to be able to express that and, you know, be willing to take good counsel, you know, on the areas that I'm lacking in. And then maybe doing some self-evaluation as far as like, you know, what am I, you know, maybe some things in the past that, you know, a lot of us don't even think like that, man. As far as stuff that happened when I was small.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid. You know, when I was a kid, man, I was a kid.
Right.
Okay? But all that stuff affects you, man.
Yeah.
You know? And that's something that I probably need to dig a little bit more into and kind of, you know, kind of like, you know, maybe kind of focus on, you know, do I need counseling in areas that I don't even know where I need counseling at? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you may need counseling, you don't even know what you need counseling for. You know, so, you know, those are things that if you're serious about being close to the Lord, you got to do a lot of self-evaluation. You got to dig a little deep. And I think that's what I'm looking at, for being able to dig deeper into myself. And, you know, I'm old school, man. It's like, something happened to you, man, you know, move on, man. You know, I mean, come on, man. Stop being I ain't gonna say the word.
Right.
Stop being one of those. You know, but you know what? You know what, man? That stuff affects you, man. And this, the closer I get to the Lord, I think the more the Lord is trying to press upon me, because I can feel it in my spirit, man. I can feel it that, you know, you're doing everything that you think is right, but, you know, you need correction in certain areas. You got stuff that's inside of you that's hurting you, and you don't even know it, and you like pushing it aside, you know. And I'm like, well, man, Lord, I don't need to deal with that. You know, I'm a man now. You know what I'm saying? I need to just move on from that. But you know, it affects me in a negative way, and it's something I think I need to deal with. And that's what these getting together. That's why I never miss these opportunities, because we have a chance to express ourselves and to dig deep like that. And that's what I think we need to do is, you know, you can start at different levels, but with me, you know, you got to kind of maybe go down a little deeper. And that's something that, you know, I just kind of like, hey, look, you know, I don't need to do that, but it can affect me in a negative way. So I think we need to dig deeper if we want to get closer to the Lord and be all that we can be.
Right.
You know?
Agreed. One thing stuck out to me what you said is you like complete. When you say complete as Christians, is that what you said? You said, what is it? I mean, will we ever be complete when it comes to?
Well, you know what? The completion to me is like being fulfilled, having that joy, having that peace. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faith, self-control.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fruit of the Spirit. God lives in you.
Praise, boy. I see. I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? God lives in you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can't have God living in you and then not, being, angry, frustrated, this, that, having all these emotional swings. I mean, you got to be able to connect with all the fruits that's within you. He's given it to you. That's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I tap into that? On a consistent basis.
Hey, just so y'all know we're in the church here, but he don't say a whole lot. So for him to be passionate about what he's saying right now, that's why I said preach. Yeah. And just so y'all know, he the OG. My man is 66 years old, and he say he needs to be at this place where all these young brothers that's far younger than he is and receive what he's getting right now. That's big. That's huge.
And you can learn from anybody, man. You know what I'm saying? If you read the Bible, it was a portion in the Bible where I think God made the donkey talk. The donkey told somebody, you need to do this, or you need to. I forget the scripture, but you can learn from a real donkey, an ass.
Yeah, right.
You know, so you can learn. You know what I'm saying? You can learn, bro. You know.
Right.
You know, so man, I accept, you know, tutelage from anybody, man. You know, young, old, it doesn't matter. You know, the main thing is getting better.
So
That's the main thing.
before we end with you, and I want to come at you real quick, just a few minutes before we give a chance. The spiritual aspect of this whole thing, because you talked about tutelage and you talked about you know, different perspectives and all that to dig deeper concerning your life. Now, the spiritual aspect of this, like, how do you see it? How does it impact you from a spiritual perspective?
What you mean?
Being here at the cabin with the fellas.
It does what I just said. It makes you dig. It makes you a lot of self-reflection.
Okay.
You know, we had it with you. We made you think deeper. I mean, we push ourselves, man. We push ourselves to get better, man. I mean, we don't know it all, and some things that we do know, we have blind spots, man. We knew it, and maybe we forgot it. We're not still practicing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, sometimes you need a refresher too. You know you're supposed to do that, but you ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different aspects of it. Then it's things that you don't even know, you know, that you got to dive into.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a lot of things, man, that you know you have to kind of dig into and look at if you want to be a complete. And God wants us to be, you know, not perfect, but complete in Him. You won't be perfect, but you be complete in Him. You know, and that's the area that I know I'm getting there, because I tell you what, I've come a long way so far. You know, I mean, just the first couple of, you know, retreats here. I mean, it was just, you know, I'm telling you what, you got to realize you're in the struggle, okay? And the really good things, the precious things of God, they won't come easy. You got to push your way into it. And that's what the Lord is showing me to do. You know, you got to push. You know, and you got to, in areas that you don't have knowledge in, you got to seek knowledge. You got to look for it.
That's it. What about you, bro? Just to pick back on what he said from the spiritual aspect of being with the brother.
Shoot, that's what I said first. Everything. A lot of people look at the human part of them, focus on that more, but I look at the spiritual part, because don't nothing happen in the physical, doesn't happen in the spiritual.
Right. The spiritual
Everything
is where it all
is
comes
spiritual.
from, bro.
So I'm always looking for stuff in the spiritual where I can apply to the natural, and that's all I've been getting from this. Just how to apply.
You gotta get the spiritual right.
Yeah.
Before anything works right, you gotta get the spiritual.
Once I wake up, I'm in the spirit before I eat anything. You know what I mean? It just, with everything I hear, man, it may not even apply to me. I'm type out put it in my pocket. I need to use that later. You know what I mean? So even if it ain't for me, I just, you know, get the nugget, put it in my pocket. Spirit tell me to speak, I speak. You know.
All right, sir.
Shut up.
Amen.
It's on you, bro.
Full transparency, man. I was on the fence about coming. Of course, I told you I lost my aunt a couple days before I came, so you know I'll be going out to Florida next weekend. For that, it's coming weekend anyway. I was looking for every excuse not to come, and I can't really tell you why that was. I wasn't feeling like coming this time, and my wife was encouraging me. She's like, "No, baby, we need to go." Like. You know, this is y'all thing. This is, and man, for the life of me, I cannot give you a reason why. And it was kind of similar in March. Remember, I told y'all that. And now that I'm here, man, I realize why. You know what I mean? I realized why that was on me, trying to keep me from coming. I'm always, it seems like I'm always the one, in my circles, that everybody lean on, everybody come to, family alike. So I know I needed it, you know what I'm saying? I know I need to get around, to get away, and get around brothers, you know what I'm saying, that can pour into me. I know that. But sometimes that's hard for me, you know? I just gotta be honest. Sometimes it's hard for me. As open and transparent as I am, sometimes it's just hard for me to do that, man. But I tell you, man, every time I come, it's something that's hard for me to describe in words, as it relates to what it does for me and what it gives to me and how it feeds me. And just hearing the other brothers who where they are and what they're going through, and how it helps them, that makes it all worth it. These moments, these times that we share, and this time is no different. I mean, it's always a blessing. It's always a wonderful experience we come together, man. It's just so spiritually, physically getting away. I didn't even think I needed a physical break from anything, but to just come out here, man, in solitude and in God's creation and just be, in and of itself is refreshing. It's rejuvenating. It kind of it gives you life. You know what I mean? And man, it's so wild. Even going downtown today, to just see the people of this little small town just being. You know what I mean? And then think about where I'm coming from, the big city and everything, shucking and jiving and moving and boom, 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 and traffic and all that, and they just, just kind of just chilling. It's so wild, man. But this is so good, man. It's always so good. And all I can do, man, is just encourage other cats who don't have this in their life, man, to seek after it, man. Seek after groups of men, solid men who you trust, who you can, be vulnerable with, who you can open up to and talk about, the real things you're dealing with, man, because we need that as men, man. I mean, we need it, man. It's one thing to have a spouse, to have a significant other in your life that you can talk and do life with. But it's a whole nother animal, man, to have men in your life who you can come and be transparent and open and honest and vulnerable with, man, because some men will never share the most intimate parts of themselves with no woman. And just where they at, you know what I'm saying, with it. But you need to share that with somebody. You got to have and somebody in your life, man, preferably, you know what I'm saying, a group of men who you can confide in, man, who gonna give you good sound wisdom and guidance and feedback, man, that ain't telling you, you know what I'm saying, hey man, hey, go, y'all know what I'm saying, yeah. But yeah, man, it's always a good time, man, and I just I realized now why I was, had that feeling of not going to come, man. Yeah.
Any impact?
Always.
You want to?
Always.
The discussions?
Everything.
Yeah, man. It's so much, man. Like you say, dang, I should have turned the camera on because all these nuggets, man. Like every time somebody speaks, nuggets drop, man. And you take all this stuff, and like Dave said, he went to bed thinking about something that we said. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many moments of that, man. When you get all this stuff and you just kind of just go back to the room and you just marinate with it, man. And just so even going back home, you know, I got so many things that I'm thinking about. You know, I got to meditate on from self-reflection, relationship, business moves, opportunities, that thing we need to do.
Business.
You know what I'm saying? As a group of fellas, man, we got to expand this thing out of just stealing away for self-reflection and refreshing and rejuvenating ourselves. But now, what's the next step for us? That's business. That's okay. What we putting in place for legacy, you know, whether that's real estate, whether that's business ventures. What's the next thing for us, man? So being around a group of guys, man, who are like-minded, thinking the same way, thinking about legacy, thinking about generational wealth. I mean, these are the moments in time where you look 20 years, 30 years down the road, and it started in conversations like this. It started in moments like this, you know what I'm saying? And we look back and say, man, remember when we were sitting in the speakeasy, man, and we said, buddy, they gave me an idea. And here we all got a chain of them, you know what I'm saying? Or we got a chain of Airbnb, or whatever the case may be, you know, but it's moments like this. You never take this time to do this kind of stuff and bounce ideas off one another, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the resources is David got. I don't know what the resources is people you know. I know, he know. You know what I'm saying? Bring all that stuff together, man, that's how things happen. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why we need to get together, man, and come together and have these moments, because you just never know what they can spark, what they can create, man. Not just for ourselves, but for our families, man, and generation and legacy, man. So always an amazing time, man. Impact is all around. I mean, impact on every level, you know, spiritual, physically, emotionally, financially. Because like Mark said, man, we don't know everything. And the fact that you are willing to put yourself in a place where you're willing to learn, you're willing to grow, you're willing to be fed by other men is amazing.
We ain't even hit 30 minutes yet, baby. We doing good.
So much has already been said.
So, first of all, before I go, anything y'all want me to say, or any questions y'all want me to, or any topic y'all want me to elaborate on real quick. Y'all got any questions for me? Any thing y'all want me to elaborate on concerning my visit here?
Yeah, what you get from it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna share that part, but anything in particular.
Well, once you talk, I'll see if I got some questions for you.
All right, so
let me dig what you got to say.
All right, so listen. I'm gonna be honest. This has always been ministry for me. And so I would say the past, I've been dealing with some things the past, I'd say couple years. And I've been ensuring that we as fellas come here and receive what we need to receive. And every time I come, I receive something and I get what I need. However, there are certain things that I'm going to just say, during this time, I was pressed. These fellas pressed me more than ever doing this retreat than they ever have. And it's because the crazy part about it is, it's certain things that I wouldn't share, I never shared, but they said, once I said it today, these jokers said to me, we already knew. We were just waiting on you to tell us what it was. And so, what that did something for me. It let me know how in tune they are with me from afar and how they had me covered, even when I didn't even have to say a word. And I'm telling them, well, if you identify XYZ, why didn't you just hit me up right then? Because y'all know how we do. And they said, they were like, nah, I was just waiting on, it just wasn't your time. I was just waiting on you to go on and share this so that we can basically move forward and dive deeper into it. when I tell you these jokers pressed me, and I received the perspective. Wait, hold on. What all did I receive? I received perspective. I received correction. I received revelation.
Information.
Like, man,
Restoration.
like, it's just so much, bro,
Yeah.
that I received from this trip that I didn't receive from others. I've always walked away from here with what I needed. But this time, and with clarity, but this time, and strength, and encouragement. But this time, I walked away from here with a clarity, a spiritual clarity that I haven't received in a very, very long time. And each individual before us right now, and before you, and before me right now, spoke into my life, into my spirit. And guess what? I had no choice. Well, I had a choice. But honestly, I had no choice but to receive it. And I'm grateful. It couldn't have happened any other place, at any other time in my life, like it has now. That's all I can say.
The power of community, man.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah.
Power of community, bro.
Yes.
I don't think.
And understanding that men do this. Y'all done seen this already, so y'all, this should become a popular thing for men to do. You know, for real. Like, and just because I don't know if women do it, but you don't have to just get away just to go party.
Yeah.
You get away to reset and talk about truth. Yeah.
But you know, the thing is too, what all this is.
Speak up a little bit, bro.
The thing is, what we going through, it's all of that. But what you saying, brother Marquis, is yeah, we here to build each other up, to input. But you know what? What you just saying is called accountability.
Mm-hmm.
We hold you accountable, man. You know, we're not going to. I mean, you make your own decisions, okay? But if we see you walking down the wrong road, it's our job, man, to say how we feel, not to sit back and keep our lips closed. You know, it's our job to say, hey, man, I don't think you're right on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not just pat you on the back.
Yep.
You know, I mean that's what you do to a real friend, man.
Yep.
You know, if you don't care about a person, then you know whatever, man. You know, but you gotta be, and we should all be held accountable. You know, whenever we're moving in the wrong direction, or going down the wrong road, or need direction, tell me what I need, man. Don't sugarcoat. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what I need, because I'm trying. I came here to try to get right.
It ain't gotta be wrong
Yeah.
or right direction. It's just direction.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, hey,
Got
let me give you some. Let me.
Yeah, that's why I came here. You know, not just have a good time. I'm trying to get it right, bro.
And I would even say, man, I know we got a lot of female viewers, man, and followers to the platform, man. If you have many in your lives who you know could benefit from something like this, man, I would encourage you to encourage them to find some groups, man, like this, and even reach out to us. You know, if we're close enough. And matter of fact, as you can see, all of us from different places, and we still connect. You know, we got Georgia, Florida, Maryland, and Virginia. And Georgia again, but we still connect. We still, able to do this. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter now about location as much as it does community and accountability. You know what I'm saying? So if you have guys in your life that you know could benefit from something like this, encourage them to reach out to guys, man, or even build one themselves and start a group. Just men just kind of holding each other accountable, man. Because I'm telling you, it really is it's a game changer for men, because what it does is because of the community of fellas that I have in my life, it caused me to think twice about the things that I do because I know I got to answer to these fellas, and I don't want to keep coming back to these gatherings twice a year with the same story I had last time. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to come tell these fellas, hey, this is where I was last time we met. This is where I am now. I want to be able to give them boys some doggone success stories. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to be like, yeah, bro, because of what I took from last time, I was able to apply this, and boom, here I am now. And I can testify of things that happened. We met in March of this year. That was the last cabin series we had. And here it is, October, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of us that were there last time all have testimonies of where we were in March and how we progressed. Here it is in October. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that you know, if you're out here trying to do life alone, it's hard to hold yourself accountable sometimes. You know what I mean? Because who's checking you? You know, who say, hey, bro, you've been saying that for 3 months now. When you gonna do something about it? You know what I mean? So this kind of stuff is vital, man, to the growth and development and maturity of men.
You know, last time I was here,
boom, yes sir.
I had identified that the fellas I was with, who was on the last, trip, they weren't cursing, and I was cursing. But they never said anything about my cursing. But I heard myself because I didn't hear them doing it. So I was able to hear myself, and I asked them. I was just like random, just, hey man, how y'all do that? How y'all don't curse? You know, because I know it's in them. I done heard them curse before, you know, once or twice, or here and there, but like in your regular vocabulary, like removing that changes a whole lot for yourself. And coming back this time and to say, hey, and to hear that someone else acknowledged that, man, dude, you ain't cursed since you've been here. And you've been talking. I noticed. Oh yeah, man, I worked on that, man. I learned that from you guys. Yeah, it's stuff like that, you know, like, and a lot of people that seeing this, watching this now know that when I'm passionate, you know, it's not a malicious thing. It's just it's a vocabulary, and it's not an unintelligent thing either. Because if you know me, you know I got some intelligence about myself. It's just a passionate thing where it's like emotions come out, and those are emotions. And some people, they got other things, but you gotta just learn and pay attention to your surroundings, because you can learn from it. That's what I had learned. Like, I heard myself while listening to them, right? And changed it. So, like he said, like, you want to come back and have, like, be a different person. You made some adjustments, and now it's not, you've grown, you know, or whatever you want to call it, because it's just a better you, you know, the better you. That's what I like. Yeah.
You know,
when men speak.
Good. What you say?
When men speak.
When men speak. Hey, so in closing real quick, from a spiritual perspective, every time we get together and we lay out, because we have a session where we lay our struggles out and we confess what our struggles are in that moment and at those times, and every freaking time we pray, the next time, in reference to it, the next time we come together, it always have worked itself out, and as us as individuals have worked toward those goals for the thing that we could control, but the thing that we had no control over, that only God could do, he always came through. And we always, like Chance say, got that report of testimony during these times. This happens every 6 months. and every time God has done something significant based upon the request that we all got together and asked him in reference to our brother. And for those of you watching, P Money, this is his first time. He was consistent in watching the podcast. And because of his consistency, we reached out to him as well as quite a few other brothers or fellas and invited him. And he showed up. And he's part of the fold right now. He's a part of the brother he found. And did you feel when you got here and the fellas met you and we started getting acquainted with one another, did you feel for a part of the family?
Man, definitely. Definitely. I'm gonna make myself. Yeah, I mean, anyway, man, love is genuine, man. One forced, one scripted, one, it's love, man.
Yep.
Love, man. Real brotherly love, man. That's rare. Especially for a person like me, just being transparent. I've been in like male groups in the past. The enemy just always come in and destroy. And for that reason, I told brothers, me being transparent, I was kind of leery about, doing it again. It's like, oh Lord. But like it exceeds and supersedes any expectation that I could have had. You know what I mean? Even though I had no expectation, it superseded anyone that I could have.
So with that said, anybody else got anything to share? Hey, listen, we just came back from in town. We wanted to stop in and let y'all know and do our, we're a little late. You know what I'm saying? To let y'all see all of us together under one roof. So again, like Chancey say, the fellas in the brothers or men in your life, those viewers, hey, we ask you females that view this page, get some of them and invite them so that they can become a part of this fold too and grow as individuals in every aspect of their life.
Tell you, man, tell you,
Yes, Lord.
y'all that single, my wife may be living.
Right.
So,
There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With me and Steve. Watch y'all podcast. Yes, sir.
So, hey, with that being said, again, thank you guys. Listen, we about to sip and we about to drink and have some more conversation over some steak. You gonna put that in the grill? I got
sweet potatoes on range.
So real quick, hey, anybody want to pray us out real quick?
Pray us out. Father God, thank you for this season. Thank you for this presence. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for this beautiful home, this in this remote location. Let me paint the picture for y'all. We are blessed. I'm telling you, we in the mountains, rare, in a beautiful home. We thank you for being able to afford this and to be able to fellowship in the mountains when we're in nature. Then we can hear it. We can feel your presence. We can feel the spirit. We feel it, Lord. We just thank you for all of this. Man, this is abundance, and we are forever grateful. We can't express how thankful and grateful we are for just this moment. And we just hope that you continue to protect us, continue to provide peace and direction, and hold on to us as we fight this battle in this world. And we just ask that you make sure we get home safe and everybody continue to love us. Thank you. In the name of prayer, Father, amen.
Amen. That was what I'm talking about. Hey, y'all have a good one. Peace.